The time's come to play here in my garden of shadows.
Hello, I'm Runia, aka Media Adaptation. Welcome back to Moderation while Media Straight Game. Yeah, I know the video's a bit late, but I'm trying my best to get everything back on schedule. Anyway, today we're going to look at some more two-sentence horror. The idea of taking a story and breaking it down to its base components, and still remaining the essence of horror. We picked out another 20 today, so let's take a look. I work at a crematorium, loading bodies into the furnace. You'd be surprised at how many times you hear the screams after the furnace door closes. "Look, Dad, the sharkies are so big," my son said gleefully, pointing towards the glass. "Yes, they are, champ," I said as I held back tears and pulled him into the driver's seat for one last hug before the windows broke in. My mom said that when I die, I go to a white, shiny place called heaven. I wish she told me about the padded walls and straitjackets, too. The boy asked me, "What do monsters look like?" The temptation to pull back his father's face and show him the truth was almost too much to bear. As I lowered the gun, I realized that I couldn't commit suicide because it would hurt my family too much. Instead, I decided to show mercy and loaded my gun with a few more bullets. After hearing about the runaway murderer in the news, I called my boyfriend to come straight home after work. To this day, I blame myself for his death, because it was the ring from my call that gave his hiding location away. So, anyway, ever feel like your life is meaningless? My skydiver asked me before we jumped. Ever since I discovered lucid dreaming last year, that's all I ever do. I tried flying into the sun, falling off a mountain, gunshot to the head, etc. Just so I could wake up and see my family again. The rats in our attic are getting pretty loud, so we called an exterminator. We can't have them getting too hungry. She wished for invisibility. The note started, so I granted it, reading the dried red letters. I made sure you, and anyone else for that matter, would never see her again. Everybody has heard how horrible it would be once the dead raise from their graves and feast upon the living. However, no one talks about the horror you feel as you look down at your own rotting body, or you sink your teeth into the very loved ones you seek to help you. Haven't seen another human in a few days now. I'll do another sweep tomorrow, but I think I finally got them all. I'm picking up 5 healthy life signs from the spacecraft, the scientist exclaimed. The room erupted in applause as the spacecraft entered orbit, signaling the success of the 4-man mission. I just received my first pair of contacts in the mail, and for the first time, I could see myself clearly in the mirror. That's not me. I love symmetry, so when I lost my left eye in an accident, I knew I had to be in another accident. Living across from the cemetery had never really bothered him before, until the gravestones started appearing closer and closer to his house. Hey, would you believe it that I could sense death? Anyway, try to avoid windows for a while. What if the greatest evil of the devil was convincing us that the Bible was the Word of God? Being an actor isn't easy, especially when you try to get into the skin of a character, and the skin doesn't fit you. She was very happy to see her daughter singing along with the hyped singing toy as soon as she unboxed it. As she was cleaning up, joy turned to horror when she saw the "batteries not included" label, and then goes into a pained scream that came from her daughter's room. Anyway, these have been really interesting to look at, and I hope you guys enjoy them. Again, sorry this video came out a bit late. Anyway, I'll see you next time. And that about does it for this video. If you have any other ideas like seeing made to a video, then please post it down in the comments below, and we'll add it to our next viewer request week.
It's now time for the part of the show where we ask you to help us appease the YouTube algorithm by dropping a like, share, or comment. It helps out much more than you'd think.
And if you haven't subscribed yet, then it's very much appreciated. And if you'd like to support this channel, then please visit our Patreon. Link will be down in the description below. Even if you can't give a lot, every little bit helps. Oh, we also started up a Let's Play channel. So if you want to see us try out some horror games, then feel free to stop on by. Link will be in the card as well as in the description. And I guess I'll see you in the next one. Anyway, I'm Runya.
And I'm Ada.
Remind you to take life in moderation.
Weep not for children, for life is this way, murdering beauty and passion. Hush now, dear children, it must be this way, to weary of life and